If you bought a farm, and in this area, the average farm will go a good price, 3,000 Rand a hectare. Usually another going for 2,000 Rand a hectare, but just take that value. The capital value needing to buy this farm, if you invest it just in a money market fund at 7.8%, the interest you get from that after tax, you'll never make out of your cattle farm. So it's not a business model. The only reason why they take a loan, because they take a 25-year loan from AgriBank, because you don't have the capital to buy a farm cash. But it's not a good business model because it's just not viable. So when you do the figures and you realize that the average 5,000 hectare farm could run maybe 350 to 500 cattle depending on the area, but let's average around 400, and you look at the growth rate of your animals, and you also look at the price that you can get for that beef as it grows, because that's your growth, you on average come out with a cattle, the guy that just cattle farm, about 300 Rand a hectare. So it's very difficult. There's so many variables, so you can't stick it to a very fixed. But these are the averages. That's the best we could do. Then a farmer would go hunting guest farm. So he brings a few guests in. He pushes that up to more than double, 750 Rand a hectare with the figures we ran. When a guy takes a piece of land and he turns it into a pure hunting farm, that means he hasn't got a hunting concession where he's hunting buffalo and elephant and lion, big stuff. He's hunting the normal plains game. He pushes that up to about 1,750 Rand a hectare on average. So he's gone a 6-fold increase from pure hunting to cattle. Then you come to ecotourism. And ecotourism, the same area, you can push it up to over 3,000 Rand a hectare. So it's more than a 10-fold increase than a cattle farmer. And almost double that of a hunting farm. It shows you how lucrative tourism actually is for a piece of property and how much can come in. The important thing is the owner must make sure that he dedicates a high percentage of that profit to the conservation side of things, and then it is really a model that works. And whichever way I've tried to find a second income that compare with this, not even close. When you look at this dry land, and I'm looking at purely Namibia, dry land, and you look at those figures, it's serious, you know. And as I said, you can't hold me to those figures. All I had to do is an average, because if I take farming in the south, farming central, it's different. But on average, and you look at the amount of people employed, as we said, 5 to 10 with a normal farmer, 15 to 20 with a guest farm, and those highly specialized hunting farms, they were pushing it up to sometimes 60 people. And then you go to ecotourism, the same area, and you're looking at 150. A lot more. So you're not only benefiting your conservation, you are employing the people of your country. You're paying serious amounts of taxes. It's a system that can just indefinitely grow if it's looked after properly. And looking after properly includes being able to somehow find a way to withstand a wobbly like we've just gone through in the last 2 months. So it's woken us up. It's going to have a huge impact right now, because we've got to close down certain systems that aren't essential to be able to survive and just keep the core alive, to then rebuild again under different circumstances, to know that you must be able to handle both sides of the story.
Heart rate is now 44.
44.
It was 48. So
Okay.
44.
The students, very interested, very helpful, very knowledgeable, although practical experience is still missing. And I'm happy that I had them here for a whole week. Probably the best that I have had up so far. I think, and I do not have any doubt in my mind, from now on they can go and do their own thing to try and get experience in wildlife.
So I think all this kind of informed tourism, and tourism with a purpose, and tourism with a strategy in conservation is the only way that, you know, this kind of thing gets longevity.